A very good morning, South Africa. Baie goeiemôre, South Africa. Molweni, Mzansi. It's absolutely a privilege to, as normal, on 9 o'clock on Wednesday, no matter where we are, no matter what we are, to ensure that the State of the Nation update address from myself, Neil de Beer, on certain matters, on certain issues, actually come to you. Hierdie platform 9 uur in die oggende, op Woensdae, maak nie saak waar ek sal wees nie, is 'n afspraak tussen my en jou. En ek waardeer elke liewe dag die kans wat ek het om met u te kan praat oor goed wat vir my op die hart lê, wat belangrik is en waar vrae dan na die tyd na my toe gestuur kan word. Molweni matlabane, apa nomslanje, apa indaba eteta Wednesday apa 9 o'clock. Nomslanje, apa ugom so aoteta umzansi. I think it is very important that we keep each other focused. And as you know, tomorrow night, as always, we will be having that 1-hour session with Talk with Neil. The Talk with Neil session, 6:30 every Thursday night, is an hour where you can ask me the questions that politicians don't want to answer, where you can ask me about the UIM and where we stand. So again, I want to invite you tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m., live from my venue with just a chat with Neil. I want to thank everybody for addressing us on so many issues in the past week. As you can see, finally, I can see again from both perspectives of my eyes. It's recovering. I was at the doctor yesterday and I have a clean bill of health. Your prayer, die gebede, het gewerk. Ek kan nou vir u sê, ons is weer reg en besig. I'm speaking to you from a boardroom, where as I speak in the other boardroom, 25 of our UIM National Executive Council members are meeting. This is to understand who we are. The different walks of life that has assembled here in Cape Town is extraordinary. The people assembled in the other room are we the people, not one politician. And it is absolutely an honor to be sitting here in our second day of our 3-day conference to decide where we're going as a people. Ons, die mens. I'd like to make an announcement that many people, now over 8,000, has written to us on membership at uimsa.org. Membership at uimsa.org has been flooded. Dames en here, dit is net die wil en die eerlikheid van die Here wat hierdie vloed en tsunami na ons toe gedruk het. And it shows today that no matter where we come from, no matter our history, our past, our demographic, our race, our religion, that South Africa has had enough. That South Africa needs an alternative. That South Africa does not need a person standing amongst the pillars of the leather seats of Parliament and just give us their voice, but that you need a true leader and a leader that understands war. South Africa, I am saying to you, silently, undeclared, we are at war. Ons land, sonder dat ons dit wil erken, is in 'n staat van oorlog. Die oorlog wat ons nou beklei, mede-Suid-Afrikaners, is 'n oorlog waar ons grense op hierdie oomblik deurgedruk word soos 'n sif, waar daar meer geen beheer is om seker te maak dat ons as 'n republiek alleen kan staan nie. Ons sit met 'n probleem. Ons het nie meer grense nie. The Republic of South Africa clearly cannot anymore defend our sovereign land against the infiltration of foreigners leaking through our borders. Hence, if I was the president, I would immediately summon an intervention and move the military to take over border patrolling and effectively lock us down. This will not take a politician's decision, but this will take a person that comes from the uniform and from the might of understanding what actually service and defense is. You see, Minister, when you ask about your opinion of defense, it's not the thing around your house. Defense is something which stands in the stead to protect our citizens against foreign and domestic. We are at war with COVID. We are at war with gangsters that now walk into the middle of a street, get out of a car with an AK-47 and decides to stop traffic with no consequence. We have people walking into shopping centers, into a company, take their jewelry and blatantly assault them with rifles that you use at war. We have leadership like Frikkie Malema that can walk onto a stage without a registered firearm license and pull a trigger of a Kalashnikov and not get arrested. We are at war. And when we are at war, you need a leader that understands war. But more than that, that wishes for peace, that wants to bring light. Therefore, all the decisions that at the UIM is taken is to listen to you. It's to ask you, what do you think? Because this is not a dictatorship. This is we the people. I will lead when you say. I will look at what you do. And yes, I am fallible en van 'n tyd glip daar maar 'n vloekwoordjie uit. But I am a gentleman. I have manners. I have respect. But you must sometimes forgive me when I fall. I am a good president. I'm a good leader because I've been given that grace by God. Finally, here's the announcement about membership. Spread this word so that all can know. Membership at uimsa.org is live. And here is a very important announcement. Dames en here, lidmaatskap wil ek nou gou aan u verduidelik. En doen my 'n guns, sprei dit. Sprei dit so 'n goeie koringveld met 'n besproeiende water en laat daai saadjies groei. Transfer to me all 716 of you now this message. The United Independent Movement, that is currently a movement because we absolutely wish to contest as independents, is now under attack from the entities that are promoting independence and also speaking in this country about the future of the independent candidate. I made it very clear as the president and founder of the UIM that we want to govern. We are not in this fight to have a say. If this is your perception, I would like to rectify this as Neil de Beer today, with full support of my executive gathered here in Cape Town. The United Independent Movement will, if necessary, take all measures, if necessary, and even go as far as registering the UIM as a party under the IEC. I am very clear that nothing, not the ANC, not the EFF, and definitely not the DA, will coerce, stop, intimidate the IEC from having the UIM becoming the government or entering the halls of national parliament. And if necessary, after this week, we take a decision on your behalf with your trust that we will rather than go and formulate a contesting political party, then so be it. Because when you are in Rome, then do so as the Romans. But just before you do, make sure it's a Roman. Movement, beweging, lidmaatskap, party is irrelevant. It is just a choice of a vehicle. Because you don't go to an ice cream shop and go buy a bloody cone. You're there for the ice cream. The cone becomes irrelevant. It's a transport system. Our fight is to govern. Our fight is to change this country. And I promise South Africa today, hear me well. I, and so many of you now, more than 2 million people reached, this messages will do everything and anything to enter that parliament. We will keep you updated this Thursday afternoon on the council's decisions. Finally, the UIM always promised to do things differently. Die UIM het beloof ons gaan nooit dieselfde doen as politieke partye nie. We might have to enter as a party. We might have to enter in the fight. But we won't be the same. We the people need to go to Parliament. So therefore I can declare after a week of deliberation, thousands now of requests to become a member, either of the UIM as a movement or a party, doesn't matter. If we decide to become a political party, then your membership will be just drafted from the movement to the party. Electronically, this can happen. So here is our announcement. Clearly, we have decided to be different. And how will we be different? 0 membership fee. Geen lidmaatskap koste nie. You see, if you start asking people for money to belong to something which they own in actual fact, what is then the consequence of your ethics? Because once we ask you to pay, what will we then do if we don't deliver? You will now know that you will not pay in the first calendar year a single cent to belong to the UIM. Yes, we would like to ask you to help us. But when you tell a nation that you've got to pay for freedom, you are not free. So that's the announcement. We are going to launch on the 15th of February our new membership electronic platform where you can join for free in the first 12 months of our operation. That's honorable, that's credible, that's service. So gaan sê vir jou mense wat gesê het, julle wag vir die punchline, wanneer gaan De Beer geld vra? It didn't come. So the DA, you pay. ANC, you pay. EFF, you just keep on paying. IFP, COPE, everybody is going to ask you to pay. We won't. Because it's more important to have your heart. Your money is now needed for your family. Because to some people, 100 rand is a burger. But to some people, 100 rand is a choice of bread for the week. We will find innovative ways to support us. We will create a page for donation, which is not an obligation, but a request. So if you are going to pay 100 rand, and you might want to give 1,000 rand donation, you might be paying for 10 members without you knowing. But I have decided with my executive that we need to earn your trust. We need to work for your trust. And therefore, I feel uncomfortable asking you to pay money to belong to a movement, a party that will save this country. I hope that shows our ethics, our will to fight for you. There's no other better obligation than one that comes from service and obligation. This country's had enough of theft. We've had enough of corruption, and we have had enough of the stealing of our capital. For 1 year, we will earn your trust every day. So welcome, UIM. UIM is the future. Together, we will. Saam gaan ons dit doen. God bless you. Die Here seën julle. And may God protect the Republic of South Africa. And speak to you soon. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.